What's up, everybody? This is your girl Kiwan, and I am back with Harlem season finale, season 3, episode 6, Dear Harlem. I've already made my rant and rave in the last episode. Okay, this is a heartbreaking to me. I need time to process. Okay. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on all the videos that I drop. So let's just get into this finale. The episode starts with Camille writing her book, and she thought love would be a fairy tale. Listen, I really gotta stop believing in fairy tales and tap into reality. When the truth of the matter is, have y'all actually read the Grimm brothers? Anyway, Camille and Ian are at the doctor, and the baby has dilated. Camille is dilating, and she should be expecting within a week. So Portia runs into Camille in a waiting room. This is very awkward. And I just like Portia. I like Portia. So in the next scene, Quinn meets up with Seth. He wants to buy the property. She was like, I'm only here for the view. And he was like, I can buy this for you. You can have it. She was like, so you'll buy me an $8 million home. And so he was like, yes, if you give me what I want. If you consider, he says, if she would consider staying with him. But Quinn is either all or nothing. Like, you want to be with me, you need to dump Sabrina. He asked if she's okay with meeting Sabrina. And Quinn was like, she agrees. So Eva is contemplating her meeting, and Ty. Did I put Eva? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That's not what I meant to say. So we see Eva. She's at her meeting. She's wrapping everything up. And then Ty shows up. And sometimes I feel like Ty thinks that Eva is just supposed to just stop and do whatever and just always accept her apology because Ty hasn't taken out the time to work on her stuff. And I like Eva because you're not going to put your stuff on me. And I don't play, like, Eva is no nonsense. Ty apologizes to Eva, and Eva basically clocked her teeth. So, in the next scene, Camille is telling Quinn how Portia is ruining things for her. And I was like, wow, that's how you feel? She says that when that night when she was with Ian, she said she saw her daughter's face and she told him to leave. And I don't understand how you can say this woman is ruining things for you when you're messing with this woman's man. You want this woman's man. You're really mad at him for getting with this woman. She's never done anything to you. Like, Camille's reality is skewed. She get on my nerves. I don't know. It's just a pick me. I'm sorry, y'all. So Quinn tells Camille about Seth being ethically non-monogamous. And I think those two and their fairy tale thoughts is irky to me because life isn't a fairy tale. You're not going to get a happily ever after. Them two, they share this same space as it relates to fairy tales. And it's like, that just ain't real. It's not real. Anyway, Ty shows up to meet Eva's mom. Who I meant to mention this. She is played by, what is her name? Y'all been trying to think of her name for the longest, and I know her name. Boomerang. Head of the class. um, Robin Givens. Robin Givens. Robin Givens is a psychologist in this in this on this show. She's Eva's mom, but she's also a psychiatrist. So she was like, well, Ty was, well, I'm sorry, let me say this. I didn't catch Eva's mom's name, so we'll call her Robin. So Robin tells Eva's mom, tells Ty, you're wasting my time. You didn't show up. And so she was like, well, if you let me drive you to the airport, I can just tell you everything about me. She drives her to the airport. We don't get that scene, but, apparently it must have won her mom over, because her mom later in the episode have Eva to hear Ty out. Anyway, Ian talks to Camille. I don't know. Oh, he calls Camille, and then Portia walks up. Portia asks him, what were you doing at 3 a.m.? She also admits to being bothered by Camille. Like, I have to be around her. Now you're having a kid with her. Portia tells Ian that I think she asked, do he still love her? Do he still love Camille? Portia then tells Ian she deserves love, and that she broke up, she decided to break up with him. I read in that moment, and I know it's so choppy, my notes are really choppy. In that moment, I felt bad for her, but at the same time, I was extremely happy for her, because I never wanted her to go down this Ian and Camille cycle where she is collateral damage. But a favor was done. It worked out all in her favor, I think. Because there is no way. And even though it was like all of these months, you knew you were still in love with this woman. I just place no blame on Portia. This solely is on the back of Camille and Ian. It has everything else that has happened with the Phil and of all of his relationships and in the relationship she had. So Camille gets to the editor, and the editor actually likes her book, give her kudos. So in the next scene, Sabrina meets Quinn, and you can tell Sabrina is a little bit of jealous when she sees Quinn, because I think for the first time Sabrina knows that Seth is actually really interested in the woman. I feel like Sabrina was putting on. She says that she gets tested 2 times a month, full panel. And in that moment, Quinn realizes that she couldn't do it. And I just said the way I would have been all over Kofi, aka Seth. I was just playing. I wouldn't have even. You go with what you want. Settling is not. It's not in a bag, y'all. It's not in a bag. We don't settle. I don't care who you are. We don't settle. Okay. So we get to Angie's opening night, and Frangelica is the lady's name. She tells Angie, forget who's watching. Go out there and be freaking great. She said tonight, she tells us to go out there and be freaking great tonight, because that's all anyone would talk about tomorrow. So Quinn says to the ladies, it's hard. It's a hard no for Seth. This was, they was talking before the show started. She said, although this is happening, she still, although everything is happening in her life, all of that, they broke up or whatever, she still wants to be a mom. So, Ty states how bad she messed up with Eva. She says she made things right with her mom, with Eva's mom, even though she messed up with Eva. So Ian shows up to the opening with a big bag, just in case Camille has her baby. It looked like one of them big old army bags, y'all. I was like, okay. So the ladies get a text that Angie is in the back freaking out. And Quinn goes back there and talks to her. And for the first time, you see Angie second guess herself. And so Quinn had to remind her, like, you did not sleep on my couch, eat up all my food to get to this place and really start to freak out, like. So Quinn reminds her it's your time and that you need to know that you are Angela mother freaking Wilson, okay? And as she go out, she's pumped up. She got her Angie back. She's pumped up, getting the show. The crowd everybody's enjoying it. Angie did an amazing job. Everybody did an amazing job. The ladies are super proud of Angie. And, everybody comes out, shout out to, because Girls Trip was filmed in New Orleans. And, in the end, everybody did that second line scene. So in the end of this performance, they came down the stairs doing the second line scene. So I was here for it. Come on, the New Orleans of it all, okay? So she goes to her friends, hug them. Everybody's so super, super proud of her. And so she sees Mike. No, they started to play back that thing up by Juvenile. And so everybody start to dance, and was like, hey, don't twerk that baby out, basically. And so we see Mike, he show up with flowers. She goes over to Mike, and they start to talk. And while they was talking, they were being interrupted by Frangelica introduces Angie to Malcolm Lee. He shows up, offers her a movie role with Idris Elba. And so, but the movie role is the same time their wedding is. So Mike lets him know. He says to Malcolm, either way, hold on. So it was like Mike was turning down the role for Angie and says to Malcolm, either way, it's kind of you to come see how talented my baby girl is. And it was the way Malcolm Lee looked at Mike. And I was like, So Mike said if something shifts, tells Angie if something shifts, let him know, but he needs to know by tomorrow. So he walks off and leaves. She thanks him, walks off and leaves. Mike says to Angie, please don't tell me my fiance is considering postponing the wedding that they've been planning for a year to shoot a movie. She says that she have to think about it, and she also tells him, don't ever call me baby girl in front of a director. She says she's a grown woman. He tells her, then act like it. I was like, oh, wow. Anyway, Mike tells her the fact that she's considering this is a big problem for him, and that him passing up an opportunity on her behalf is a problem. She says, but for you to pass up an opportunity, and him passing up an opportunity on her behalf is a problem. That's what she meant, is a problem for her. So he tried to pass up that opportunity for her. That's a problem. She asked, can they talk about it later? He said, I'll do you this. We either keep the dates or we're over for good. And he left. And I was like, this is selfish. When I tell you he is not supportive of her, and she just... Anyway, meanwhile, Camille shakes a tail feather in her water break, y'all. Camille is going into labor, and basically the cutie patootie is here. Baby is cute. Her name is Harlem Parks Walker. Okay, that's a cute name. All right. So Angie brings in the Crown Royal for, listen, we need the toast. You didn't have a baby, okay? And the ladies bring her gifts. Her mom shows up, and when everybody sees her mom hold a baby, everybody gets emotional, including Ian. So in the next scene, we see Angie and Mike talking, and she tells him, relationships are about compromise and that she's the only one making a compromise. So he tells her, how can she fix her mouth to say something like that? She tells him that she has given him space to do his career without belittling it. And where is that for her? And I agree. Ever since she started doing this, he's been saying little things. He hasn't been supportive. He hasn't been excited. It was like he had a plan for Angie. And I guess because he thought she was a certain type of girl, he thought that the money was going to keep her around. So she said that it's just not her career, it's her purpose. She thinks it's best for both of them to move on. And I agree. I knew that they wasn't going to make it. I just thought she was going to tell him at the wedding. But hey, it is what it is. So in the next scene, she tells her mom she's booked the movie. Her mom is super excited for her. Everybody's excited for her, was excited for her throughout this entirety, except for Mike. Okay? So Quinn is actually at the Solo Moms workshop, and Quinn runs into Isabella. Remember, that was her old girlfriend last season. And they just kind of go out for drinks. So Eva meets with Ty, and she says that she needs to hear Ty. You know, her mom wants her to hear Ty out. Ty apologizes for her actions, and Ty proposed to Eva. Eva says yes, I love it. Eva tells Ty that you have to face your family. Like, I can do this, but you need to face your family and really start to do the work. And Ty was like, okay, well, if you come with me. So that was that on that. They're engaged. So in the next scene, we see Ian and Camille. He asks Camille to move into Brownstone, and he tells her that Portia moved out. And as Pick Misha hears the fairy tale ringing in her ear, she gets her man back. It was inevitable, y'all. We knew that this was going to happen. I just rolled my eyes because, hey. So Camille is at her book release, and it's called, she named her book Harlem Ever After, and she's saying how she's full of love and gratitude. And then they show a montage, of her and the lady sitting down eating, and it was just good. And this is where the finale ends. Like I said, I hate that this kind of went off abruptly. I feel like they rushed this in season in 6 episodes. Like, y'all couldn't even slice this out to 10, and it's actually 30-minute episodes. Like, really? I just don't like the fact that they are actually taking these African American shows and just throwing them to waste. Like, I don't understand. But overall, it was a good season. I feel like everybody got what they wanted. I don't know, coming from season 1 up until now, everybody got what they wanted. And it was pretty good. I just wish it was more. I wish it was more, and I wish it wasn't rushed. Anyway, y'all, I will catch y'all in the next video.